He's like, I don't want it.
He's like, no, 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 no. Oh! Was that Cheerio you found? Hi everyone, welcome back to our channel, Better Together. I'm Dan.
And I'm Ra. This is Wesley.
Say hi. Oh, what's that? Hey.
You like the music?
You do. If you're new to our channel, welcome. We make new videos and release them every Monday, although we did drop the ball last week. Today we are going to be talking about our fitness journey. If you've seen our previous video, not the most recent one, but the one before that, we talked about our fitness goals and we did some weigh-in and measurements.
Yep.
And so today it's just to touch base with you guys on where we're at. Like, because when was it? It was like 2 weeks ago?
Yeah, it must be.
We just dropped the ball a little bit because Cara started a new job
And I got sick. So, exciting news first. I'm the proud owner of a new job. But then, yeah, I got sick.
Yeah.
And I had literally no voice. So, it would have been absolutely pointless to try to film. But
exactly. But we're on it now.
everyone gets a sick day.
Yeah. Or in our case, a sick week. But,
well, it's just a day. It just took a week.
yeah, that's true. But we haven't updated you since we started this journey, and it's about time. And I think we've got some interesting. I love you. You're so cute. He just wants my earrings. Come on, go for a play. I've just put Wesley down. Hopefully, he'll play happily for a little while, and we'll get to film a little bit. So it's been a couple of weeks. That's what I was saying. Since we've done any updates, or since we started, really. And personally, I haven't actually weighed myself. Have you?
Oh no. Sorry, what was the question?
So that's what we're going to do in today's video. We're going to do weigh. I'm not going to do measurements, and I'll explain in a second why I'm not doing measurements. And we'll talk a bit about what our motivation since we started, and what changes and things we've implemented since we started this whole journey.
Yeah.
So if you're interested in seeing all of that, stick around.
So, how have things been going for you?
Not good. I'm not gonna lie. No. No, so since we started, it hasn't been the best for me. I have basically gone into this thinking, right, I'm gonna be healthy, I'm gonna eat really healthy, I'm going to exercise every day, or you know, even if it's for only 10 minutes a day. Like, that was my intention. And since we've started, not only have I not been exercising every day, I haven't done it at all, not once, but I've also regressed in my eating habits as well. So not only did I was eating moderately fine beforehand with the intention to be super healthy, but I've actually gone backwards. So now, not being healthy, he's so cute.
He loves that cushion.
Yeah, so now not being healthy at all, I've in fact gone completely the opposite, and am now having chocolate and crisps and like just deep fried foods and just, like I've literally been eating.
The pressure was on and you're like,
I know. It's like, oh my god,
I'm supposed to be doing? Oh yeah, that's right, I'll just do the complete opposite.
It's like a psychological thing. It's like, what do you mean I'm not allowed to have that anymore? Like, I'm just gonna eat it every night. I don't know why. I'm not exaggerating when I tell you, I have been eating a block of chocolate every day. Like,
did you get confused with my goals? Maybe you're like trying to do what I should be doing, and then I've been having like avocado on toast, having like green smoothies, exercising every day.
So yours has been going good then?
No, that hasn't been happening.
Oh, okay. Good. I was gonna say, you're putting me to shame.
No, that would just be the flip side, is that, you know, you've started to take on all of the heavy eating that I should be doing, and then I'm all like on the weight loss train.
I just can't believe that I've gone completely the opposite. So for me, motivation hasn't even kicked in. Like, I mean, unless it's to eat chocolate, in which case I'm doing great.
If that was the goal, you'd
I'd be there. Basically, I'd be at the finish line already. Going forward, Ricky is, and it's not anything to do with Ricky, please let me just say that. I'm not placing blame on my husband. No, he's going away for like a couple of weeks, or just under 2 weeks. I'm going to use that opportunity to kick myself into gear. You know how sometimes like when you're only responsible for yourself, it's like it's going to be a lot easier. You don't have to worry about what food's in the house necessarily for the other person, and then there's no temptation. Although again, I can't blame Ricky because he's not eating the chocolate, it's just me.
True.
So,
and who's buying them?
Exactly.
In the house.
So really it is all me, but I just mean like when you're home by yourself, sometimes you can just get really focused.
Yeah.
So that's my goal. He's leaving in a couple of days, so hopefully, fingers crossed, by this time next week I'll have good news. I'll have a good update with like my motivation, how it's going in.
I'm gonna get my food diary. Hang on a sec. I was taking down notes of what I was eating, and it actually started off really well, but then I think we're gonna see a shift in like, okay, she swapped out this for something a little bit. Anyway,
great idea.
I'll go get it now.
Yeah, cool.
So I have my little upside down food journal.
Were you tired?
What's that?
How did it end up upside down?
Because it was already a started book. Like I've already written notes and stuff in it at the front. And then I'm like, where are the blank pages that I can use just to scribble some stuff? And then I guess, I don't know.
That's a very good story.
It's like one subject on one side and another subject on the other side. So if anyone had seen our little Instagram stories, you will know that Dan got off to a really good start.
I did.
And I got off to a really dodgy start because I was having Nutella on toast, and then she was having something like baked beans and oats.
Baked beans for the first day. I've got my food written down for the first 3 days or something if I did really well. So I've got mine written down somewhere.
We'll revisit that another day.
But actually, while you're on Instagram stories, we have added them as highlights, some of them. So go and check them out. There's a chia pudding recipe, a protein shake recipe, and just some snippets into what we actually ate early days. So you can have a look. So I did have a little bit of a shaky start. I had Nutella on toast, and then Dan kind of picked me up because I went over to your place and you had a really healthy lunch, and I was like, okay, good, now I know what I'm supposed to be eating. So it's a bit repetitive, but I was having something like chia seed pudding in the morning, and then I was having a second breakfast, which was avocado on toast with eggs, and lunch would be something like a salad sandwich or a salad with a protein shake. And then it's kind of repetitive, it's kind of the same thing until I started having pasta or pizza with garlic bread and a cookie. And like, so what I really noticed once I actually looked back on what I was eating was that maybe the types of food I was eating weren't necessarily the best foods I could be eating, but I had increased the amount of food I would usually eat. Because sometimes I'd have a cup of tea in the morning, then nothing till like 2:30 in the afternoon, and I'd stuff my face until I was so full, and then have nothing for the rest, or I'd have a really light dinner as well. Whereas now I'm having like an early breakfast at about 7:30, and then I'm having another breakfast at 9:30, 10 o'clock. Second breakfast. Not a hobbit, actually. I'm not a hobbit. You're clearly not a hobbit. You're like 7 feet tall.
I had to rethink that for a second. But no, I'm not. And then I'll have lunch, and then I'll have an afternoon snack, and then I'll have dinner, and then I'll have some type of snack or dessert or something afterwards. So like I said, what I realized is that even if the foods I'm choosing aren't as healthy as I set out for them to be, the fact that I'm increasing the amount that I'm eating is a very, very good start. And once I'm used to eating 5 or 6 times a day, and it's a good habit, then I'll start interchanging better choices. Because right now, I mean, it started out, you know, salad, salmon, avocado, protein shake, all of this type of stuff, which was really good and filling and obviously very healthy. But now it's kind of like pizza, pasta, garlic bread. It's hard to make such a big change because for you, in that instance for you, because you've got to make the big like
habit change, as well as dietary change.
And it takes some time to stretch your stomach as well, for you to have more of an appetite when you're so used to not ever feeling any hunger pangs at all, and then suddenly you're like force feeding yourself almost. I think it's like you're preparing the food for yourself and then going, oh geez, now I have to force feed myself. Whereas if you're like, if I can just grab something and eat it and it's done, then that's kind of one less step, it's one less effort. It's like if I can concentrate on just putting more food in with no other thought, then it's kind of still that one step at a time thing.
Yeah, that's true.
Because I did find that when I was like, okay, what am I gonna eat? And then I was like, do I have fish? Do I have chicken? Do I have salad? Do I roast some veggies? It was just too much to think about, where I was like, well, if I know I'm cooking pasta and having a whole roll of garlic bread, that's one less thing to think about, and I've eaten it. You know, it just becomes a little bit overwhelming. So one step at a time, and I'll start trading them for healthier choices in the coming weeks, I think. But the good news is that last week I gained a whole kilo, and and what I've noticed is that the last time I weighed myself prior to that was just before Christmas, and I weighed 53.4 kilo, and I now weigh, well, last time I checked, I weigh 57.7 kilos. So that's actually about 5 kilos in 7 months. So slowly getting there.
Well, that's great, Cara. You're doing way better than me.
Well, how much have you gained?
Because I haven't weighed myself, I'm not 100% sure. We'll find out in a minute. But I just know, like, the first 3 days that we started this, where I was actually doing really well for breakfast, lunch and dinner and my snacks and things like that, healthy wise, I could feel my stomach was just flatter. Like, it was amazing. Like, I could feel the difference. It was like almost instant, just from the change in food that I was eating. And then obviously that all went out the window when I started eating really bad
food. Came back.
Not only did I just start eating chocolate and delicious food, like bad food, I was also starting to drink like fizzy lemon, like
yum,
bitter lemon soft drink, and it was really nice. It's meant to be like a natural one, but it's not. I mean, it's still soft drink, so let's face it, it's not natural. That's been a huge downfall for me, I think, because I usually only drink water. Literally, that is the only thing I would normally drink. So another thing that has gone downhill since starting this healthy journey is I've increased my sugary drink intake and my sugary food intake. So not going well for me, but that all about to change. So should we weigh ourselves? See how we're going?
Yes, I want to see from the first time we weighed ourselves until now, what has changed.
Let's do it. All right, Cara, let's get on the scales.
The moment of truth. Is it gonna work?
Look at your fluffy socks.
I know, don't get so close. Oh, I've lost one.
Oh my gosh. Oh, let's turn the camera up the right way. 57.4.
So I've lost 300 grams.
My moment of truth. Let's do it.
Let's do it. 52.1.
1.25. What is this?
Oh, I'm late.
Yes, you are.
Well, 52.1. That's not really less than last time. I can't believe it's not like 55. It's very surprising. Yeah, that's probably a good way to describe it. It's very surprising to me. Honestly, with the amount I've been eating, and I'm not exaggerating, with the amount I've been eating, I can't believe that has not gone up. Like, what was the first weigh-in? I think it was like 52.3 or something. So it's basically exactly the same. But what about you?
I'm a little bit surprised. Mine, as you saw, was still 57 kilos minus a few hundred grams, which I would just put down to the fact I haven't had a lot to eat today. Maybe my tummy was more full the first time and not so much this time. But regardless of those few hundred grams here and there, unless it's like half a kilo, I'm still happy to say I'm still at 57 kilo. I haven't lost any weight, which is great. I would have liked to have seen another kilo in that 2-week period. Yeah, in game. But in saying that, I've been really busy as well, and I have a fast metabolism. So when I've been unwell, I've been working, lots of busy mum stuff, driving around, dance class, modeling, etc., play date. Maybe I didn't eat quite as much as I was, or I've just burnt it off from being busy. I don't actually have to have physical activity. It's just even mental exercise
it can be,
sets my metabolism off, and that's why I've always stayed so slim. So
I think what are we taking away from this? I think we both need to refocus our eating habits and exercise. But I can tell you now, I'm doing this. I'm committed.
Okay.
You're like, I'll believe it when I see it.
When I see it. Yeah. So yeah, I might have to start thinking about doing some physical activity.
Thinking about it.
Yeah, well, I'm just still focusing on eating more. That's been the real challenge for me, is increasing the amount of food I eat. So I think once I've nailed that, and then once I'm at a weight, I think maybe if I can reach like 59, 60 kilos, then I'll start working out. I think I'm gonna bulk right now. I'm in bulking phase. I'm gonna gain some kilos from food, and then when I'm at that weight where I feel like, okay, yeah, let's start burning some of it off and turning it into muscle tone. But yeah, just hasn't even crossed my mind to work out, to be honest.
It crosses my mind every day, and then I'm like, it pops into my head, and then it goes. It goes as quickly as it comes into my mind.
I'm so used to not thinking about it that I just didn't think about it. Like when we set our intentions for the goals, I thought about it the first few days and was like, okay, yeah, I will. And then after that, I've just been getting on with things and haven't even thought about it.
No.
But it'll happen. It'll happen. It's been a learning curve anyway, to just understand ourselves and where we've actually come, and it's not exactly where we thought we'd come to or do what we thought we would do, but it's still a journey nonetheless, and we've learned something, and now we set new intentions.
That's exactly right. Yeah, just refocus, set new goals, and well, not new goals, the same goals with new intention. But also I just want to point out, because in our first video, if you've seen it, you would be thinking, why are they not wearing the same, clothes? Because we did say that we would wear the same shorts and sports bra for me, and the same tights and things for Kai. But the reason why is because honestly, there's no change. Like if we had been working out every day and eating healthy and that sort of thing, I would have definitely put my shorts and sports bra on and brought out the tape measure to do the measurements again, which is our intentions going forward. But this time I just honestly was like, there's just no point. So thanks for watching, thanks for joining us, and if there's anything in these fitness journey updates that you would like to see, please comment below, because we will be happy to.
Or if you have any suggestions on what we should or should not be doing, that could be really helpful as well.
Motivation tips, anything like that. If you've got any for us, we'd love to hear from you. Say bye, Wesley. We'll see you in the next video. Bye. Yay! Bye.